So we left off, let's see. We left off on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. The last day that we read, it was a great place to stop because it was Edna's birthday. And I guess while we're still waiting for everyone to come in, let's talk about how we figured out who these people are, which is pretty cool. I made a video about it, but I have more on the actual website. Of course, it's blurry, but if you go on the website, you can actually see, I put together like a little slides where you can see everything that we've done so far, and you can see the people at the end that we've discovered. So with some help from all of you, we figured out that Edna is there's actually two Ednas. So there's the wife Edna and the daughter Edna. And this is his daughter, Edna. It's blurry, but you can see it yourself on the website better. And so from Edna, we moved and we found that Thomas or Todd Delaney, that is the diary writer. So I've confirmed that I only looked ahead just to confirm it. I haven't really read anything ahead. I'm trying my best to keep that something that we're doing together. So I only looked ahead just to confirm, and it is him. And there's some interesting stuff that's going to happen soon. So I'm excited. It feels like we were pretty lucky getting this diary with this story going on. So I'm ready to start whenever you guys are ready. Kind of just like stalling right now. But if you want to start with March 17th, we can. Or yes, he died in 1944. And that's why it's interesting. Because, so the one we're reading right now is, let me just go on this side. 1943. That's the one we're reading. And then 1944, I actually have that diary. And then, I won't give too much away, but I do have 1947. And I can't really give too much away because I really, truly have not read ahead. I just know that somehow we have another diary from the same family. There's Edna's mentioned in it, so I know it's the same family, but it's after he dies. So, there's some sort of continuation. And the sad part is, I did message the eBay seller that I bought these from because they were selling many diaries from this same person. They're all gone. I wish I had gotten my hands on more of them, but they were all, I got them on eBay. They were all the type of eBay listing where you bid, and they were just, random people bidding on all of them. So I got 3. I think, we're lucky we got the 3 that we did, I think. So it's pretty cool. All right, let's get started. So on Wednesday, March 17th, it is still pretty cold, it seems. So he talks about the weather every day. That's why we call him the Weatherman. But now we know his identity. So I'll probably still call him the Weatherman as a nickname, but we do know his name is Todd now. Maybe worth doing a TikTok to search for the other buyers. Yeah, we could do that. I know that the eBay seller wouldn't give that information. I'm sure that's illegal, but we could definitely broadcast what we're doing here, and maybe other people will see it. That would be really cool. And then it could be even more of a collaboration. All right, so I'm going to start typing. So we've got Wednesday, March 17th, 1943. 12 above this morning. So a little bit warmer than it's been. He's been talking about negative temperatures in January and stuff like that. So it's getting a little warmer, which is good. Strong northwest wind did not warm up much today. The ground, I think, is still frozen solid. And he mentioned, thanks Emily, yeah, the ground is still frozen solid. He mentioned in not a few entries before, I guess it was the first time we were doing these diary entries, the transcriptions, he mentioned that there was the ground hadn't thawed since Thanksgiving or something like that. So I think it did. I think it did warm up, and now it's cold again. All right, so Thursday. Last time people were talking about the commas, so I'm going to try my best. Okay. And then I'll just do this so you guys can see it. All right, what do we see here? I know, more snow. Snow at noon. And all afternoon. Snowing tonight. 16 above this morning. Remained cold all day. Sad. Sounds like New England spring, where it starts. You think it's good. He had an entry where he's talking about the robins. Actually, that was on Edna's birthday, like 2 days ago, I think. Where is it? Yeah. On March 16th, he said, a cold wave due tonight, a strong northwest wind still blowing tonight. Saw the first robin today and a flock of them all along the road in the shelter of the stump to get out of the wind. So yeah, the robin seemed so promising. It's like a fluke. All right. March 19th. He was in Fairfax, Iowa. And that's something we recently figured out too, because when we found his identity, we were able to find the exact town. But he talks about going into Cedar Rapids a lot. So up until now, we just knew he was from around Cedar Rapids, just kind of like on the edge of Cedar Rapids. But now we know he was from Fairfax. Okay, this says a regular blizzard. Oh. Wonder where all the robins went. Snowed about, oops, my printer. Okay, snowed about of, I don't know, does that say inches? Oh, 4 inches? Does that say 4 inches? I think it does. Snowed about 4 inches. Temp 5 above this morning. Still snowing tonight. It is a fancy 4, I know. I love all of his fancy letters. I like when he writes, I realized, because I started to go through and I wanted to make a little video of like all the letters that I really, when I noticed they were pretty. And I noticed that a lot of the times it was when he was writing the word evening or like today. Like you can even see here his Y is so fancy. So I think I like the letters that dip down. This is a longer one. Let me know if you want me to zoom into this one because it's longer. Okay, so March 20th. See if it warms up at all. 16 above this morning. Remained seemed so drawn out. Yeah, it does. It's really long. It almost looks like it says reminisced because it's so long. That's what my brain wants it to say. That's one of those words that he uses a lot, so we've kind of just figured it out as we go along. It's one of those words that like a pattern, so that's why we can read it. I'm not actually reading each individual letter. I just kind of know he's talking about the weather. He uses the word remained a lot. Remained cool all day, although the snow melted on the pavement about 2 p.m. That's good. Oh, you guys can't see all of this, sorry. It's like a very delicate balance. Okay. Melted on the pavement about 2 p.m. Edna and I went to Sea Rapids. So that's kind of, he's been using the term Sea Rapids. Oh, you think it says 3 p.m.? It might. I don't know. What do you guys think? I was seeing that big loop as a 2. If we really wanted to, we could go back and see how he makes his 2s and 3s. That's what I would do. If I was like really seriously concerned about what time, I'll put 3 since a couple people said that. But what I would do if I was like trying to actually transcribe the diary and have it like word for word correct, I would go back to another entry where he writes a 3 or where he writes a 2 and compare them. All right, so Edna and I went back to Sea Rapids. Went to Sea Rapids. Hold on, I'm lost. About 4 p.m. Home about 9 p.m. Was clear all day. Okay. March 21st. We'll probably make it to April today and hopefully see the weather change a little. I don't know, is anyone from Iowa? I'm definitely not, so I don't know like how long the winter really is. I think it's longer. I think it's colder for longer, but than in New England. Clear all day. Remained cool all day. Someone commented on one of my other videos that they're from Cedar Rapids or near Cedar Rapids, which was cool. So random to see. They were saying it was so random to see the video because it was just like on their For You page. All right, clear all day, remained cool all day with a northwest wind. Edna and I drove up to Murphy's? I don't know. Oh, it's a name, and Lloyd's. Okay, so I'm going to put M and Lloyd's today. And I'll go back to that. They were both away from home. Okay, Lloyd, as we've learned recently, Lloyd is Todd, who wrote the diary, his son. And Edna is either his wife or his daughter. There's two Ednas. I'm assuming that this is his wife, Edna, because he doesn't mention DTR before. You think it's Murray's? The one thing I do want to check is I can't remember off the top of my head what Lloyd's wife's name is. And I have it in the Google Slides. Hold on, they can't see what I'm doing. People. Oh, hold on, it didn't update. I added stuff today, right before I came on. And I don't remember what her name was, but maybe that's her name. Frances McGee. So that's definitely not Frances or McGee. Okay, so you think it's Murray? I wonder who that is. We'll have to highlight it. Or maybe it's Murray and Lloyd's. Do you think that has an S at the end? Does it really matter? I don't know. Yeah, okay, so that's the T. So it does look like Murray. I don't know. You think it's an S? Okay. I'll just, maybe later we can try to figure out. Maybe there's someone in the family with that name. Okay, they were both away from home. Yeah, it seems like that should be, unless that's two different people. Maybe they went to Murray's house or Murphy's house, and then they went to Lloyd's house. I was kind of reading it as they were in the same house. I don't know. But I know that Lloyd is his son, and Lloyd has 3 children and a wife. And his children are Roger, Norman, and David, and they have been mentioned in the diary, which is pretty cool. You think it's different houses? I'm thinking that too, now that I have said it out loud. Maybe they took a trip up there, wherever their houses are, and they lived near each other or something. Okay. Clear and cool all day. Lloyd. They spell Lloyd differently than my instinct is to spell it. Frances and David came out this evening. Okay. See, isn't that G just gorgeous? Every time he writes evening, I'm like, oh, so pretty. Okay, so they did get to see Lloyd and the family. Okay. Okay, Tuesday, March 23rd. Clear and mild today. Temp 24. Also like his D's when a word ends with D. I'll have to pay attention to that. Oh yeah, like melted, how it curls around. It is very pretty. Temp 24 this morning. The snow melted. Quite a lot today. Lloyd came out today and went to Walford with me this afternoon. We established that Walford is a town nearby. Well, one of you established. I actually didn't check, but I trust you guys. Walford is a nearby town. Do you know if the handwriting is different over time? Can you detect stress patterns? Okay, so without giving too much away. Yes, the handwriting is different over time. The way that I'm thinking, it's not actually, well, I don't know, maybe I'll flip through. But what I'm thinking of is the handwriting actually completely changes, and that's because the writer changes. And we're going to read that together, but let me actually, maybe I'll flip to the beginning. No, it doesn't really seem, it seems like day to day it changes, like some days are more scratchy than normal. But I feel like my handwriting is like that too, and it also depends with what you're writing with. I'm definitely not a handwriting expert, but I'm sure there are people who would see that right away and be able to tell. But I'll talk more about how the handwriting changes and the writer changes as we get through, because there's a reason. But hold on, where did I leave off? And went to Walford with me this afternoon. I went to Sea Rapids this afternoon to get a new whoa. I can try to zoom out a little. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to zoom in. It's this word here. Can you see it better now? Tire. That's what I thought too. What does it say? Tire for the Mazda? You can't see it better now. Okay. Oh, that sounds cool. I don't know if it's pronounced Seiki, but that's cool, that book. So we know that it's does that say Mazda? I don't know. Because it definitely says tire, I think. What do we think? No thoughts? I'll just put M question mark. Am I frozen? I'm not frozen, right? Someone tell me I'm not frozen. Okay, but you can hear me, right? Because I'm paranoid now. One time I got all... Okay, thank you. Last time that happened and I was frozen, I didn't know for like 3 minutes. Okay, thank you. Okay, can't see the word because of the comments. Okay. That's the word. It's hard when it's a longer entry because it ends up at the bottom, but I'm just going to put, I think it's tire. Oh, sorry, you meant this word. I don't know, I see an M and maybe an A at the end, but I have a Mazda, so I might be like just projecting. We can move on and go back to it. Okay. Clear and mild today. A farm machine brand? Maybe. Yeah. Frost is... No Mazda in the 40s? Okay. Frost is thawing out. And the mood? That's a tough one because, okay, that's the G. M. It says, and the, oh, mud. Yeah, the mud is pretty bad. That would make sense. No work has been done in the fields yet. Okay. So that's actually a cool piece of information because we've been kind of thinking maybe he's a farmer. We don't really know. He talks a lot about the weather, as we know. He talks a lot about when it last thawed, and the frost and everything like that. So he's talking about fields now. I don't know. Is he talking about his own fields? I would assume so. Okay. No lessons in U.S. until 1960s. Definitely wouldn't have imported. Okay, yeah, definitely. So we'll have to figure out what that M word is. Maybe I will put that, I'll highlight it so I'll remember to put it inside our like Google Slides where I put all of our, what are they called, transcriptions. And then you guys can tell me or I'll post about it or something and ask for more input. Okay, we just did this one. Clear and cool today. No work can be done as the ground is very soft and muddy. So now it's warming up, but it's still not good. This poor man. March 26th, 1943. Okay. At least it's been clear and cool many of the days. How frequency of words? Yeah, definitely. That one, I don't know. Hold on. Clear and cool today. Something is slowing. Frost is slowing. Does that say slowing? But the ground slowly... Oh, I totally skipped a line. Yes, okay. The frost is slowly disappearing, but the ground is very soft. Dissipating? I see disappearing. Dissappearing. There was a tractor called Massey Harris in the 40s. Okay, should I go back? Let's see. I don't know. Massey. I don't know. It's really hard with proper nouns because they're way less predictable. That could say anything, and we could compare the handwriting, I guess, but that would be, I think, kind of tedious to do on here. I don't think it looks like it either, but you're probably on the right track. It's probably a proper name. Can you please switch to the computer screen? No, I can't, unfortunately, because this is my iPad. So this is my iPad, like, in front of my computer screen. Sorry. I can definitely, maybe next time, we could swap it. It's easier for me to use my iPad in the front because that's where I have all the pictures on, but I can try to figure out a better setup. I can also move my little face around, too. I'm in the way, I think. Mahindra tractor. Yeah, I don't know. The only letter I could truly make out was the M and maybe an A at the end, but it didn't look like it was that long. It's like hiding somewhere in here. Oh no. Oh, well, here it is, but it's rotated. Sorry, technical difficulties. Well, here's what we need. If you can move the book up. I don't know what you mean. If I can move it closer or higher up. I can't really move it higher up. I can definitely work on these things though. I can make it more higher up, like taller, but then you won't be able to see my computer. I don't really have anything to prop it up on, unfortunately. Hello. Maybe I can move my tripod down a little bit, but it's going to take a second. You think I'm good? Okay, I think I might. Whoa. I might just leave it for now, and maybe next time we can figure it out more. Okay, let's do March 26th. Saturday. Or 27th. And then I gotta go find my place again after 1943. Cloudy. The comments block the view. You can swipe the comments away. I mean, I feel like last time it must have been doing that too. Is that a little better? Maybe if I put it more to the side. Last time the comments must have been in the same spot. I can definitely try. I could try to put them on the same screen. Okay, that's a little better. All right. If I put them on the same screen, it's going to be too far away, I think. Okay. Saturday, March 27th. Cloudy. And a southwest, northwest, I don't know, low east. Okay. Wind. Did not go to Sea Rapids this evening. He seems to go into Cedar Rapids in the evening often, which is interesting. He worked on the railroad, according to his obituary. Okay, so I know that's the blurry picture, so I think we left off here. All right. Sunday, March 28th, 1943. Clear all day. Does that say raw east wind? It might. He does use the word raw. Yeah, it's fun. What do you transcribe? I'm curious. I think it says new east wind, northwest. This has just started. I just started doing the transcriptions on live, and it's really fun. Blowing all day. Latin and Greek manuscripts. Oh, wow, okay. I'm not sure if you would be able to find many people to help you with that. That's the only thing. This is, like, more fun because people can actually help, but I'm sure some people could. I definitely couldn't. That's pretty cool. That why. Thank you. I will follow you back. I have a YouTube too now, just in case we lose TikTok. So you should head there too. And for everyone who came in because you signed up for the, if you registered for the event, like the live event, I did put the next one up already. So that's there for next week. Same time. So did not leave home today. Norman. And I think that says Blanche. Yes, people who work with doctors are good helpers. There was someone in the last live who mentioned that they read prescriptions or something for a living, or they worked in a pharmacy, and that is a special talent for sure. Blanche came out this afternoon. Now I'm wondering, I know Norman is you work with doctors. Yes, Emily, thank you. It's hard to remember, but that's so funny. And I said, I remember saying, I work with kindergarten and second graders and first graders, so I also have a lot of practice reading wild handwriting. So Norman is his son, or no, his grandson. Norman is Lloyd's son. Blanche, I guess we will find out. I'll go on my ancestry tree and see if I can find out if Blanche is his wife. I haven't really gotten that far into the tree. So Monday, March 29th. Clear and cool. Nothing doing. Nothing doing in spring work. So for, I'm not sure if that's correct. I'm just kind of writing, but for the frost isn't not out of the ground so far. Okay, yeah, that's a sentence. The frost is not out of the ground. Yeah, so he must be talking about planting. Lloyd, which is his son. Frances, I'm going to add a comma there, which is his daughter-in-law, Lloyd's wife. Norman and David, who are his grandsons, came out this evening. He might also be saying come out this evening, like maybe he's writing before. I feel like it says come, not came, but of course you try. Hold on, I'm trying to go back and read some of the comments. Okay. I don't know if he writes midday. I feel like he does. Actually, I feel like he does because a lot of the times he'll say, oh, this or tonight we're going to get more snow or something. Like he mentions in the evening we're going to get. So maybe he does this in the afternoon. I don't know. Yeah, he seems to be writing about who is coming over later, not who came. Yeah, you're right. I always read them automatically in the past tense, but maybe he, I don't know, maybe he takes time in the middle of the day to write in the diary. All right. Clear and more mild today. Worked around the place. I like how he calls it the place this evening. What's up with Edna's cabin, Todd? Yeah, I know. He hasn't worked on Edna's cabin in a while. Now, I don't know. When he started to talk about the cabin, I'm like, oh, he's building a cabin. But maybe he's just... Did he say building? Did he actually use the word he was building a cabin? Or did he say, like, working on her cabin? I can't remember. We'll have to figure it out. Because I think maybe he was just improving it or adding storm windows. One time he was adding storm windows. One time he was working on the well. I don't know. But you know what I did learn? Is Edna... who his daughter, he's building her the cabin or he's working on the cabin. She never married. So I don't know at the time. I think she's like 30 or something at the time of the diary. I don't know exactly. I can't remember. But she didn't get married. So it makes sense that he maybe was building her own cabin on his land. Or built her a cabin and was working on it. It makes sense. Okay. Worked around the place this evening. I would love to figure out where they lived too and see if there's an old house and a cabin there. That would be awesome. Some people are raking yards today. That's a good sign. So maybe it's finally looking like spring. March 31st. What does everyone think? Is it going to snow again? We'll place our bets. I say it will. Cloudy all day. Some colder? What does that say? Do we know if he can see other houses at this? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. If we could figure out from a census his address, maybe we could kind of like guess that. And I guess as we read further, we'll learn if he has like huge fields or something. Maybe he wouldn't be able to see other houses. I have no idea. What does that say? Colder? Like some colder? Yeah. Did some work around home tonight. Raking and cleaning. Oops. Up for gardening. Okay, so he at least gardens. Maybe he has a farm, but maybe he at least gardens and grows some food or something. And someone mentioned, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Psyche. You mentioned seeing a map, and you just made me think. I'm going to put like a little note to myself, because the Library of Congress has a lot of old maps, and maybe there would be one from that time period of that area. But I do have a map on my website. It's going to be blurry on here, but oops, that opened the link. It will be blurry on here, but I have a map in here of where Fairfax is. Yeah, it's like wicked blurry, but Fairfax is down here. Fairfax is here, and Cedar Rapids is right above it. So I just put that in to kind of give a visual of where Cedar Rapids is compared to where he's living. But yeah, it would be cool to see an old map, and maybe it even has his family name on it. Lots of old maps have the names of the families who have like settled there written. I found an old map of my town recently, and it was really cool to go through and see all the buildings that, we know them one way, but to see how they were configured back then, and lots of them were bigger, and parts of them burned down and stuff. There were a lot of mills where I live, so they're all gone now. All right, Thursday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. Clear today and cold. Temp 21A, which means 21 above. That's what we've learned from him this morning. Worked at cementing the floor of the manhole of the well. Okay, so he's talking about the cabin again, I think. I think this cabin is Edna's cabin. He was talking before about working on the well. So that's pretty cool. I saw a cool TikTok video of somebody discovering an old well underneath their kitchen floor when they were doing renovations, and they ended up totally like changing their plans on the renovation and doing the floor with glass over the well. So the floor is finished, but you can see deep into the brick well. It is so cool. I wish I knew the name of the person who posted it, because it was really neat. I'd like to share that, but all right. April 2nd, clear today and 22 above this morning. If you search well in a kitchen, I'm sure it will come up. Not colder, but collar. It's short for pink collar, meaning day laborer. Oh. Hold on. Where did I even... That was a few entries ago. Collar. Some collar did some work around home. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. All right. We're on the second. Okay, so clear today and 22 above this morning. Remained cold today. I spent the evening not looking at the yard, working the yard. raking? It might be raking. I think that this part of the P is kind of tripping me up a little bit. Raking. Okay. April 3rd. Okay. Cold again today. I went to Sea Rapids at 4 p.m. Miss Kruger. We got to figure out who Miss Kruger is. She's mentioned a lot. I think he's saying Miss Kruger came out tonight because if he was talking about the future, he would have said Miss Kruger comes out tonight. So I think that one just came. One thing I wanted to mention, like, I feel like I breezed through that entry and it's pretty cool. This has only been going on. We've only been reading this for a couple of weeks, but I think we're getting quicker. Definitely. I feel like in the beginning we were struggling through every word. Okay, Sunday, April 4th. Sometimes it's actually easier if you read it quickly, I feel like, and don't linger. Clear today and warmed. Handwriting is different. I think he had some booze tonight. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, different from... Yeah, it does change. Sometimes it's really scratchy. This one he's got like smudges going on. Clear today and warmed. Did some raking today. Until, it says until. The wind, you think it's warmer? Yeah, it might be warmer. Did some raking today until the wind came up strong. Lloyd, Francis, Roger, and David what is that? Lloyd, Francis, Roger, and David are something come out this afternoon or came out this afternoon. What time do we start today? 6:30. We're going to start at 6:30. I think for the rest of, for at least for a little while. Janice. Oh, maybe it's James. And David James. Okay, you know why I think it's James? Because, hold on. Right before this live, I did an ancestry tree. I started one, and I'm pretty sure that one of their middle names was James. I remember that, and it might be David. That's definitely Roger, because Lloyd is his son, Francis is his daughter-in-law, married to Lloyd, and then Roger and David are both grandsons of Todd, who wrote the diary. And I'm pretty sure, I know that one of them had the middle name James, so that makes sense. Okay. I'm going to add a bunch of spaces so I can scroll. Okay, cool. It's pretty cool that, the last time we read together, we didn't know who Roger, Norman, and David were. And now we know, even a week later. So thank you guys for sending me stuff that you find, because I can't believe how fast we figured out who wrote the diary. We started off having literally no clue. We've never even seen this man's name. We've just put the pieces together. He doesn't write his name in the diary. And we figured it out. So that is pretty cool. All right, Monday, April 5th. Clear and cool today. Oh, we're looking at tomorrow's entry. Who is it? His name is Todd Delaney. And I made a video about it on my TikTok page. And I also have a website linked in my bio where I'm keeping everything that we find about the diary. I'm keeping it on there. And I have his obituary and everything we found about him there. But I do have a video that I made a couple days ago about it. Because we read once a week, and from last week to this week, we figured out who he was. by finding his daughter. So we have a picture of his daughter. I don't have a picture of him yet, but who knows? Okay, I'm typing without actually reading. So clear and cool today. Weather stays cold? What do you think? I think might say weather. I went down and raked some of Mrs. Siskin's. I got the diary from eBay, and I have 3 from this same family. Mrs. Gibson, yeah, maybe. Yard this evening. Okay, you want to know something cool? This is awesome. This is all like coming together. Pretty sure, I don't want to say definitely because I don't have it in front of me, but his wife, Edna, yeah, Edna's last name was Gibson, her maiden name. So Mrs. Gibson must be his mother-in-law, which means they must have lived near each other. Or maybe not, I don't know. But it seems like, you know, he went down, it seems like he walked over, and yeah, her maiden name is Gibson. That's really cool. We wouldn't have known that. Even last week, we would have said, I don't know, what does that say, Gibson? They were in Fairfax, Iowa. Near Cedar Rapids, but we learned that it's Fairfax. Okay, so he raked his mother-in-law's lawn, or yard. That's really nice. Lloyd and the boys, someone had said Lloyd and the boys, thank you. Those are his grandsons. Or no, Lloyd is his son, and I'm assuming he's talking about his grandsons. Also, Lloyd and the boys come out tonight. He goes to Chicago tonight. Wonder why he's going to Chicago. It seems like the weather's getting a lot better, so that's nice. He had a really tough winter, it seems. No, Fairfax, Iowa, sorry. Fairfax, Iowa. Near Cedar Rapids. Yes, it was Todd J. Delaney. That's his name. And his actual name, it looks like, is Thomas, but he always went by Todd. And yeah, oh, does he mention Edna and daughter Edna? Yep, that's so cool. Cloudy and cool today. Edna and DTR Edna went to see Rapids this afternoon. And I know I keep stopping, but it's just pretty awesome that last week we were going, does it say STR? Does it say DTR? Why would it say that? And a few people guessed that it could be DTR for daughter. And it is. And it's just really cool that those things actually can come together. And part of this is my hobby. I do this on my own. And I get to experience those like aha moments, I call them. But I don't, I didn't make that up. But like, I feel like they're like little light bulbs. And I get to feel those by myself. But it's so nice to share that. Hello. It's so nice to get to experience that with you guys, like right there. Okay. So Edna and daughter Edna. And we have a picture of daughter Edna. Let me pull her up. It's going to be blurry because I can't figure out how to focus both things. But that's Edna, his daughter. That's her high school picture. And maybe I'll make a video about her because she seems very interesting. Hi from Argentina. Ha. Cool. Nice to see ya. Hi from Massachusetts. Okay, Edna went to Sea Rapids. Edna and daughter Edna went to Sea Rapids this afternoon. Mrs. K. Daughter Edna would be 33 or 34. Okay. Yeah. So we know she's early 30s and unmarried. So it makes sense that her dad is building her a cabin. And we know that Lloyd is married and has children. So it makes sense that he lives somewhere else and he goes to visit them. It was really Mary Edna. Yeah, I saw that too. So his wife's name is really Mary Edna, but she goes by Edna. You think it's Mrs. Knoll. Yeah. I lost connection. Am I frozen? says I lost connection. I'm not going to keep going until someone tells me I'm not frozen. Can you hear me? Curse my Wi-Fi. This is like the worst feeling. Am I good? Can you guys hear me? You guys are like translating it, but you can't hear me. It's choppy. Okay. I'll give it a minute because last time this happened, it did come back. It was just like for a second. I live in like the woods. My Wi-Fi is terrible. And it used to be worse, if you can believe it. I have Zoom classes that I have to go to because I'm in grad school. And I used to just get kicked out like 10 times during the meeting. It was so frustrating. Okay, so I'm definitely back because I see more comments now. So Mrs. Knoll went with them. And then people had said, yeah, that's what you heard. Oh, I lost connect. Dead. Awesome. Glad I can entertain you with my panic. You guys had given, okay, pruned trees. You guys gave ideas for that. I pruned trees this evening. It's raining tonight. Nice. Okay, Wednesday, April 7th. And this is about the time where my face gets beet red because I lost connection and my face likes to get red for no reason. Okay, Wednesday, April 7th, 1943. Clear day, or clear today. Had a good rain last night. Worked around the place tonight. Wonder why he calls it the place and not the house. Thank you. Thanks for saying this is awesome. That makes me happy. I'm glad you guys like it. I wasn't sure, if people were going to be interested, and you guys have been nothing but interested. You've been totally into this and so helpful. Okay, hold on. I got to read the comments. You're totally fine. We can handle the connection issues. Thank you, Emily. Is this bad? But it's like all the time now. It's a thing we used to say. I call it my place a lot of the time. Okay, yeah, I guess it makes sense. It just sounds impersonal to me, but it's like a different time and a different place, and we say things over here in New England that people don't say anywhere else, so it makes sense. It is like an unsolved mystery we get to find out, and we're finding out like real time. That's something that's really neat that the internet allows us to do. So I've said this before, but if we lose TikTok because of everything going on, I'll move to YouTube and I'll do like this same thing but on YouTube, and hopefully you guys will be there too. It makes me so sad to think if we're gonna lose it, but okay, clear today and milder. Raked some raked some of, I just missed a comment. Someone said great minds think alike. I want to know what. It's an unsolved mystery. You get to find out, yeah. And to think a lot of these types of stories get lost. Like a lot of these things get thrown away or are in a box forever and no one reads them. Okay, so raked some of the yard tonight. And green. I really like how descriptive he is and how he's noticing the little things. Like he noticed, yes, I have his 1944 diary too. He mentioned when the robins came out for the first time. He mentioned, he notices the frost and he notices the grass is showing green. That's really cool. That's really sweet. And I have his 1944 diary, yes. And so where did I get the book? I bought them on eBay. I read a 1917 diary. That's like my main thing that I do on my TikTok page. It's like cool as one thought. Weather does not warm up very much. Worked around the yard. Connection's freezing. Okay, I'll give it a minute. My Wi-Fi is not great. Sorry. Can you guys hear me now? It's a good water break. Okay. Okay, I'll keep going. All right. I wonder if I even have my Wi-Fi on. I might be just on data. That might be why. Oh well. Worked around the yard this evening. Another beautiful ing moment. He really has nice handwriting. You think he bought a new tire for his Model A John Deere tractor. Oh my gosh, I have to look back now. What day was that? Because I did see definitely an A at the end. I'm scrolling up to try to find where... Okay, that was on March 23rd. We're going back in time. Sorry if it's making you dizzy. It's making me dizzy. Okay, March 23rd. I think you're right. I want you to be right. Modela. What do you think? Who found that? Let me look back. Because I saw the comment, but I didn't see who it was. Thank you, Bonfire. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's amazing. I never would have gotten that. I'm putting it in permanently. You win. Good job. That's awesome. Okay, so what we need to do now, I'm going to, again, highlight this because I'm going to find a picture of that and put it in with our transcription. So on the website that's linked in my bio, I put all of everything that we found. And I'm going to put a little picture of a Model A tractor for sure. It helps make it feel like a real person to see all those pictures. Okay, now we got to go back. Now we're going into the future. April 9th, April 10th. All right. You grew up farming, so you were stuck on it. That's funny. That's the coolest part about this. We have experts from all different walks of life. Okay, Saturday. Do you have a tractor? Begin on this. Oh, I dug some... Does it say holes? I dug some holes? That would make sense. I dug some ditch. Yes. That's better. It's funny how your brain will make that look like it says whatever word. I knew it didn't look like holes, but I'm like, but that would make sense. I dug some ditch this evening to lay some tile from the cabin. Edna went to Sea Rapids this evening. Wonder why they're going into Cedar Rapids in the evening off, but it's probably not. I don't know how long they were driving to get there. Just always seems like a big to-do when he's saying we're going into the city, you know? He's making her a path. Today, April 11th. Started to rain 1 p.m. Did I do 1948? Did I write 1948? No. Whose story is this on the... This is a man named Todd Delaney. We didn't know it at the beginning. We've been reading the diary and transcribing as we go. So we didn't know who it was. We called him the Weatherman. And now we know who he is, and we know his daughter is Edna, and he's building his daughter Edna a cabin. So that's what we were just talking about. Okay, started to rain 1 p.m. and rained the rest of the day. I did some work. He hasn't mentioned the World War yet, but he does. Today I took pictures all through May to put up on, this is my iPad, so I take pictures ahead of time, because it would be too hard for me to, show you as we read. So I take pictures of them, and somewhere in May, I don't know what day, because I haven't actually read them, I just noticed that he talked about some Allied victory or something. So he'll mention that at some point. So he's digging the ditch at this point. So it started to rain 1 p.m. and rained the rest of the day. I did some work on digging a tile ditch to make to the cabin this forenoon. So I'm not really sure, what does he mean by digging a tile ditch? Is he talking about a path like someone mentioned? I've never heard of it described as a tile ditch, but I guess it would be. I should scan the pages, yes. I was going to upload on our website that I was going to put the ditch is for drainage. Okay, maybe a path. I was going to put every single image on the Google Slides, but then I realized that's going to be like a really big file, and I don't think it will load, and it will take up my whole Google Drive. So I've been putting all of our transcriptions and then some of the pictures, but I definitely could scan it and maybe have the PDF available or something, like separately. Farmers use tile in fields to help with drainage. Okay, so he's talking about to the cabin. So maybe drainage from where the cabin is. Yeah, that's cool. Just keep them as pictures and share as needed. Okay. I mean, I don't know how many people would actually go through it and if it would be worth it. Field tile is tubing or a pipe buried in the ground to convey subsurface water. Okay, field tile. So field tile is different. It's making drains. Only upload the ones you've already done with a watermark. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's working on drainage ditches. So we're on Monday, April 12th. Makes sense that he's digging drainage ditches now that he's mentioning it's been so muddy and everything is... hold on, I'm reading as I'm talking. Newspaper have articles on everything everyone did. Family group members, weather. Yeah. I did find a couple of newspaper articles. I haven't looked too much, but I found his obituary and I found a couple of marriage announcements. I put those things in the Google Slides, which is on my blog. And then I found another article that's pretty interesting that I don't know if it's him. So maybe I'll make a video about it because it's a pretty interesting article. Something pretty tragic happened and he was involved, but I don't know if it's actually him or if it's just someone with the same name. Mostly clear today, and I keep wanting to say raw. I think that's raw, northwest wind. And someone said, thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here. That's what makes it fun. I do this anyways. Lloyd, Francis, David. So, to those who are new, Lloyd is his son, Todd's son. Francis is Lloyd's wife. David is one of his grandsons. Come out this evening. So again, I think he's talking about the evening that's to come. Cannot be flooded by groundwater. Oh, are you guys reading ahead? Hold on. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Lloyd, Francis, and David come out this evening. Norman and Roger, who are his other two grandsons, doing some work. That's vague. I did some digging tonight. Sounds like me. I do a lot of digging. I dig in an old junk pile and I make videos about it. Man after my own heart. I'm also trying to figure out how to upload these lives to YouTube. Or figure out if I want to do that. Digging graves? No, he's not digging graves. He is digging some tile ditches, which we've learned is farm tile ditches. And those are drainage. We thought maybe it was a path, but it's drainage. And I do upload the transcripts too. I have a blog. So if you go to my TikTok page and click on the link tree, it's in there. It's the Weatherman Diaries blog, and I upload it after we do our lives. We've done 3 so far. This is a man named Todd Delaney. We didn't know who he was at first, and now we know. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. I have found some interesting things in the dirt. Thank you. I think they're interesting too. And yes, I have the 1944 diary. I do. Did I ever figure out what the spoke-looking thing is? No. To be honest, I don't even know off the top of my head what we're talking about. This is like, I have so many things going on when I'm typing it that I don't remember everything. But if you send me somewhere else, or tell me, like, did it happen last week? I don't know. Thank you. Someone said this is so cool. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up. But okay, so what town is this? This is Fairfax, Iowa, which is near Cedar Rapids. And we didn't know that either until over the course of the week, people sent me a lot of information about his daughter, or who they thought was his daughter, and we figured out, yeah, it's his daughter Edna and his wife Edna, and then we figured out who he is, Todd, and where he lives, which is Fairfax. All right. Tuesday, you found a picture of his gravestone. Yeah, we saw, that's actually one of the things that I was sent, was the gravestone, the picture of his daughter Edna, which I have on the website, and like other records that were on Ancestry. It was really helpful. About 28A, which means 28 above, this morning. Okay, he's 61 right now. Had quite a lot of snow today. And it snowed again. We were just saying, like, is it going to snow again? I wonder if he has a family member or someone sick in Cedar Rapids since they go so frequently. I don't know. He does go a lot. He might work in Cedar Rapids, but it doesn't sound like he's going to work at this point. It sounds like he just is going there for some reason. Maybe his son lives in Cedar Rapids? Similar to the weather here in Minnesota, yeah. I was wondering, like, is this normal that the winter's still going on in April? Had quite a lot of snow today and getting colder tonight. The ground is frozen. No. A strong northwest wind blowing today. So if you were here when we were reading January entries, that was brutal. That was like every day, negative numbers, cold, not thawing. What's happening here? We're reading a diary from 1943 and transcribing it. And I got them on eBay. Some people are asking me those questions again. You can see more on my page, on my TikTok page. I made a couple videos kind of explaining, but we've been doing this together. So you guys like help me transcribe the diary, and we've been learning all about the diary writer as we go. So in the beginning, we didn't even know his name. Now we know his name. We know the town that he lives in. We know his birth date. We know his sons and daughter. So it's pretty cool how we've put the pieces together. All right, so this one is Wednesday, April 14th. No, I'm not a relative. I got it on eBay. And I was telling everyone before, the person who sold the diary, I bought 3 of them. So I have 3 diaries from this person or this family. The person who was selling them was selling a bunch of them, like 10 different diaries, all by the same person, all separately. So I only got my hands on 3 of them, unfortunately. Other people, like, it's scattered all around now. Other people just have like 1 of the set or 2 of the set. I wish that they had sold them as a group, but I probably wouldn't be able to afford it if they did, so I guess this is good. All right, so this says about 25 above this morning. So that looks like it says remains. I feel like he's trying to say remained, but I'm just going to write remains. I don't know. Usually he says remained cold all day. But we'll try to just stick with what we see. Did not do any work tonight. Me neither. Some snow flurries today. So if you like this, if you guys are here and you like this kind of thing, I've met her relatives. I've been to her old summer home, which is a museum now, and I'm actually going to the museum this summer. It's in New York, and I'm giving a presentation there, so like everything has kind of come full circle, and I feel really honored to be able to go. Clear and warmer today. I worked at filling a tile ditch tonight. So they must, I put a Bose. I did, wait, yeah. Not too bad though. I haven't had too many typos today, I don't think. I worked at filling a tile ditch tonight. Kit and Pauline come out tonight. Those are new names. We haven't seen any Kit and Pauline yet. I don't think. Maybe we have. Maybe, I feel like I may have typed the word Pauline before. About 25 above this morning. Yes. All right. So, we'll move on. I think I took pictures all through May, so we can keep going as long as you guys... Yeah, Pauline sounds familiar. I think he mentioned Pauline once. And then if he keeps mentioning them, then we'll really have to look into it, and maybe they're his granddaughters or great-granddaughters or something. I don't know if he's old enough to have great-grandchildren at that point, but people did have children younger, and his grandsons seem pretty grown at this point. Friday, April 16th. Clear. The name Murray is his sibling. Really? Cool. Okay, I'm going to... This is always the hard part. Like, where did I put Murray? Okay, I have it highlighted, so I'm going to just put, like, sibling. And then I will find, hopefully, a picture of him or something. Do we know the full name or just his first? We know the full name of the diary writer, if that's what you mean. We didn't before, but now we know that his name is Thomas Delaney. But he goes by Todd. So it's Todd Delaney. So T-O-D-D. That's how it's spelled, I think. I don't think there's an E. So if you wanted to look him up, that's his name. I also have his full name and like birth date and everything in the website that I'm kind of putting all this together on. So if you go to my TikTok page and click on the link tree, I have the website there, and you can find anything you need if you want to help us research. I've been just updating it with everything we learned. Catherine Elizabeth Delaney Murray. So who's that? Or are those all... what's happening? We are transcribing a diary from 1943 and trying to figure out about the writer, like who he is and his story. I can't tell the person... Oh, his siblings? Okay, so... It must be Catherine, Elizabeth, and Murray, because Delaney is last name. Delaney wouldn't really. Okay, Catherine, Elizabeth, and Murray. I am going to keep going with the ancestry tree, like the family tree, so I can add those people to it and link it in the website. Married last name, okay. Okay, clear and some cooler today. Worked around the place tonight. Have not done any garden work on gardening so far. You might be, okay, hold on gardening. I think it may be or. Oh, gardening work or gardening. That would make more sense. So far. I due to so much cold weather. Yes, I couldn't read that D word. Due to so much cold weather. Perfect. I thought it said deep too, and it didn't really make sense in the context, so I was like stuck, but I think it's due. Like 2023, I almost wrote 2023. Okay. Saturday, April 17th, 1943. Clear today. Rather chilly. Look at that Y. He makes the best Ys, I'm telling you, and the best Gs. Okay, and then here we have DTR, which means daughter. We've learned that. Daughter Edna went to Sea Rapids this evening. I finished breaking up the yard. I don't know what that says. To be fair, the cursive is atrociously written. I think it's all right. I sent you a link in a private DM with parents, wife, siblings. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully it goes through. TikTok is weird about DMs. But if you send it on my Instagram, I'll definitely get it, or email, but I should get it here too. I think there's a new feature where I can get DMs from anybody. Garden plowing started in full swing today. Yes, I think so. Thank you. Good job. Okay, and then we have another beautiful G. Someone mentioned before, and I didn't respond to the comment, and now I've lost it, but someone was comparing this diary writer to Anglesey, who is she wrote the diary that I read mostly on my page, and I can't remember what the comment said exactly, but it's interesting. It may have been this. It's interesting to compare their lives and see kind of like what they were up to. Oh, I see that I just got a DM on Instagram from Amanda, so thank you. It's funny how the G's and Y's are different. Yeah, because really it's the same motion, but they are different. Okay, so I see that some of you are starting, so mostly clear today. It got colder during the day. I was called by telephone from that must be a place. You didn't get a notification and you registered? I'm sorry. I don't really know how any of this works, so I apologize, but you're supposed to get one. Maybe you need to turn your notifications on for TikTok. Like maybe you need to go in the settings and allow them to notify you. Because I know for me, I have every notification off because I don't want it like popping up on my phone. So maybe if you have it like specifically set off, it won't push that notification. Definitely check, but I'm sorry. Maybe you should put one in your regular phone calendar too. I'm sorry if you missed it. I think I'm going to try to upload the recordings to YouTube, but it's not the same as being live. And next week it's the same time, so Tuesday at 6:30. I already have an event that should be up on my page to register for, but obviously that didn't really work, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out, you think it's flowering, not plowing. Is that from the day before? Garden flowering started. Garden, I think it's plowing. Owing. Okay. Hold on. Some of you gave me ideas about Ottumwa. Okay, that's it then. If that's a city in Iowa, that's it. Okay, so yeah, I see it now. So I was called by telephone from Ottumwa this morning at 6 a.m. to get the section. This sounds work related. Yes, definitely. And he worked for the railroad, so to get the section something out to go to a wreck between Conway and South Amon. Oh, okay, so this is like a train wreck, which makes sense because he worked for the railroad. So we need to figure out, though, what does that say? To get the section, I think it says section. New South Amana. Okay. Okay, so section something out to go to a wreck between something, we'll figure that out, Corsi, maybe, and South, I'm writing this down before I forget, I think you said Amana. You guys will have to help me because I can't go on, I don't want to go on my browser right now, so look it up and let me know how you spell that. Because it could go either way. I think it's Amona. Section run out? What does that mean? It's Conway and South Amanda or Amana? Okay, Amana, okay. So 6 a.m. to get the section, the section run out? That's what someone said. But what does that mean? Or maybe it's not section, maybe it's something else. I don't know. To a wreck between, did anybody, yeah, we need a railroad worker on here. Wait, junction? Junction. Is that junction? I don't know. It could be. But I see it S. There's a Conway City. Okay, I'm going to do this. Junction. Sometimes I get really like hung up on one little thing and then I miss the big picture. So between, it could be Conway and South Amana. Okay, then it says Conway or Convoy, maybe. It must be two different places. I feel like it would be more pronounced to the J if it was junction. It would make sense. The junction makes sense in this context, but I don't know. Conroy is also a place, and now that I'm looking, I think that looks more like Conroy. So I'm going to put that, and then what we can figure out is there a train track between South Amana and Conroy? There probably is. So then next it says, I don't know how well you can read this because it's like at the bottom, but that might be like I-70. Is that what that says? I-70? Or 170. Maybe that's the train, 170. Had 8 cars off. So that's like a, Amana is pronounced like Amanda without the D. Okay, Amana. Thought it was a slash. It could be. What, like 1/0? Well, we know that they lost 8 cars. Map says Conroy. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome. There's a train wreck, but it's awesome that we could actually like pinpoint the location. Drove to Walford to get the men out. Okay, so they're like responding to a train wreck. That's wild. He worked, I don't know his exact position, I don't remember. Oh, let me actually just look quickly because I have his obituary right here. He was a station agent and telegrapher for the Milwaukee Railroad for 43 years. The greater part being spent at Fairfax. Okay, so it could be I-70 as an interstate. Would there be a section man? It looks like man, not run. To get the section man out to go to, yeah, it could be. Section men? Is it protection men? I don't think it's protection. But is a section man something that would, like, is that a position, do we think? Maybe it is. That would make more sense. Where is it? Section, to get the section men. That makes sense, because then he talks about to get the men out later. He says to get the men out again, so that would make sense. Maybe those people are assigned, those men are assigned to that section of the railroad. Cool. Maybe we'll figure out what happened, and we can look that up in the newspaper. Like, we could probably find evidence of that event. And that's my favorite part about doing this kind of thing, is you can find exact events and you can find exact people and dates in the newspapers from the time. All right. We're on Monday, April 19th. Look at that. D. Section hands lay and maintain the tracks. Okay, so maybe it's... I feel like it doesn't say section hands, but if that's a position, section hands, then I'm sure section men is something they would say. And then someone said there is a section gang on the railroads. Okay, thanks. Cool. Okay, clear. Oh no, 10% battery. It's supposed to be charging. It's not. Hold on. Why is it not charging? Oh, I think I pulled on the cord. Okay. Hopefully my phone doesn't die. Okay, section is important on railroads. It's definitely a man, because the M for men and the M for morning are identical. Okay. Clear and cool today. Lloyd, Norman, and David come out this evening. I've said this before, but people keep joining. So Lloyd is Todd, who wrote the diary. That's his son. Norman and David are his grandsons. Thank you for sending me the railway map. That's awesome. I can't wait to dig into this later. There was a deadly train wreck. Oh, in September 1943. Okay. So I think, oh, that's sad. I wonder if he'll mention it. I wonder if he'll mention it in September. I would love to see its section. Look at that S that comes up. You guys are so attuned to the details. I would love to see if, what was I saying? I want to see if he mentions the train wreck in September, but I want to find out if this train wreck gets any attention in the news. Maybe not. If it wasn't, like, if no one was hurt, maybe it wouldn't make the news, but I don't know. Okay, so clear and cool today. Lloyd, Norman, and David came out this evening. I did some work around the place this evening. Nice. Thank you, history babe. Okay. Tuesday, April 20th, 1943. Clear and cool. Wow, he starts a lot of them off the same way. I'm glad he's starting off with clear and cool, though, because in the beginning of the year, he was starting off with, like, it was freezing, it was awful, it was cold, frigid. I worked at some digging this evening. Isn't it crazy? We can see around, but struggle with clear words. Yeah. That's spring in Iowa in a nutshell. Nice. Back and forth, up and down, like freezing. Oh, maybe it's spring. No, it's freezing again. No, it snowed again. Okay, clear and cool today. I worked at some digging this evening. Getting the garden ready. To plow. Hardly any garden has been plowed as yet. So there's still like, oh, planted? Yeah, planted. There's still wary. They feel like it's spring, but it's not quite spring yet. Now, what do you think? Because last time it got nice and warm. I said, do you think it's going to snow again? And it did. So do you think it's going to snow one last time, or are we in for the spring? I'm asking myself that same question right now, where I live. Not unusual, that's sad. It's funny because in New England, it's pretty similar. It's like very, you think it's spring and then it's not. It is not spring yet. Okay, Wednesday, April 21st, 1943. Clear and cool today. Before we were talking about how the handwriting changes, I feel like this entry, the handwriting is really different than it's been. Some of the entries are really scratchy. This one is so, like, all the letters are so loopy. He seems calm, because someone was mentioning how it might show if he was stressed. Like, and if you know, if you're a handwriting expert, you can figure that out. I'm not a handwriting expert, but I feel like if I had to take a guess, he seems more like, I don't know, relaxed. Just coming back from an earlier live. Did we find out who he is yet? Yes, we did. His name's Todd Delaney. And I have more information about him on the little website that I've started. But yeah, we with some help from you guys, we found his daughter Edna. And then from his daughter Edna, we found the wife Edna. And then from her, we found Todd. And then I did confirm that this is Todd. At first, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to, like, you know, you don't want to say for sure, definite anything. But I've like figured it out, and it's definitely him. Someone said I'm a police officer, have done some work with handwriting. That's cool. I've always found that very interesting. I always find it interesting how they can compare handwriting samples, which, I mean, like, I'm just someone who doesn't know anything about this, but even if I write the same thing 5 times, I'll write it differently. And it's just interesting that they can actually figure out, oh, that's definitely not this person's handwriting, you know, when they do the analysis. It must be a really interesting and cool job and hard job. Okay, so worked at digging for a pipe. So he's digging again. Looks like a new pen from pipe. Yeah, maybe, or maybe he's using like a fountain pen, or a pen where he has to dip it in the ink. Digging. That's another thing, is the handwriting is so different depending on the tool that they're using. In the other diary that I read on my normal page, like the diary that I just kind of have read on my own and I share my research, sometimes she writes in, that's funny, hold on. Sometimes she writes in pencil, sometimes she writes in pen, and both of those handwritings are totally different. Someone just said, so our police officer expert said there are some key signs, pressure and things. And I've heard that before. Someone actually offered to do like a handwriting analysis of the other diary that I read, and then I messaged them and they never answered me, so that would be cool. But someone else said, can you look them up in the system? Can you look Todd up? I'm a forensic analyst. No, I'm not. What? And I can tell you that it was written by a blue jay feather. Oh, so specific. Yeah. Okay. Wait, I didn't finish this entry. Worked at digging for a pipe this evening. Lloyd comes out, I think this is just another Lloyd comes out this evening. Came out this evening. I'm no expert. You're an expert here. He has been planting potatoes at home. Nice. Potatoes. Potatoes must be hardy. Is that the word? Potatoes must be able to survive cold weather. Maybe because they're underground and they're like roots, not 1843. Not like fragile little plants. Okay. Cloudy and cool. A drizzle falling this evening. Our friend from Ireland. Potatoes are lovely. Love it. Worked at sawing up some... Does that say sawing? Sawing up some wood, yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay, what time is it? It's 8. Last time I went till like 8:30. I'll probably do about the same. We'll see, but this is fun. This is really getting going now. I just found a local newspaper from Iowa City during that time. It's about 45 minutes from Cedar Rapids. That makes sense because he mentions going into the city. So I feel like it has to be more than 10 minutes, you know? Because it's kind of like a big deal. Like we went there. So he wrote about it. So that makes sense. Like 45 minutes. It's doable, but it's kind of an event. Now we just have to figure out, is there someone in particular in Cedar Rapids that he's going to visit? Or is it just that he lives on the outskirts and everything that happens in the city? Maybe that's it. Partly cloudy today and warmer. Thank you. I'm reading your comments and I'm not actually reading the entries. This is very helpful. I worked at some ditch work this evening. I think it says evening. It's hard to tell the difference between evening and morning. No copy for April 19th, so no mention of the railroad wreck. Okay. Thanks for sending me the link. The problem is once I look at this later, I'll forget all the stuff we're talking about. I don't think I'll forget about the wreck, though. That's like a pretty interesting event. That's something different. We have a lot of weather talk, but every once in a while there's something pretty big that happens. Clear and mild today. I worked at the water pipe this evening. Had the garden today. I don't know if had is the right word. Someone asked me what my job is. I'm a teacher. I'm an elementary art teacher. Okay, Sunday, April 25th, 1943. Water, okay, hold on. Oh yeah, I worked at water pipe. I thought I did a typo, but, oh, you did a typo. That's why you put the star. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, cloudy today. I think it said had the gardening today. Wow. I only see Garden. Hoed the garden? Maybe. That would make more sense. Yeah, I think that would make more sense. We'll go with that. All right, cloudy today and mild. Yeah, you were right. It's hoed the garden. Edna and I went to Cedar Rapids this afternoon. Went to a radio broadcast. Cool. Something of the Morgan something was the principal figure there. Okay, so there's something going on. He does mention something about the war. I remember because I took all these pictures right before I came on live and there was a mention of a victory. But that's all that I know so far. But, okay, so he went to a radio broadcast. Something. Is it... I don't know. Fairfax. Friar. Okay, we know it says went to a radio broadcast. That might not be the end of the sentence. There might be that word. That word might be part of the same sentence of the something. I feel like that's a. Okay, you maybe it is F. Friar. It might be Friar. And I decided to do this because this is just like my hobby. I read Treasury Morgenthau. Is that a thing? I don't know that, so maybe it's like Treasury. Okay, Secretary of Treasury abbreviated. Okay. And that is the Secretary of Treasury back then? That's really interesting. And I totally forgot what question I was answering before. We're right here. Went to a radio broadcast, something of the Treasury. Oh, that might be like SECY. Yeah. It's just an abbreviation, maybe. That makes sense, because he abbreviated Treasury. Yep, cool. Was the principal figure there. Went up to something and to bead. Oof. I don't know. Oh, Murray's. Okay, so I wonder, Murray was his sibling, right? Went up to Murray's and to Bud Murray. Okay. Yeah, maybe they went to a war bond event. I don't know. Okay. That's pretty cool. Thanks for that, because I never would have gotten those names. Never. And maybe we can find, that's another event that maybe we could find in the newspaper. Monday, April 26th, 1943. Some rain. I don't know what a war bond event is. I'm assuming someone said they were selling war bonds at the time, and maybe there was an event where they were selling them with the Treasury, or maybe he was making some kind of announcement. I don't know. What's interesting, because this takes place during World War II, the other diary that I read took place in 1917 during World War I, and she talks about buying war bonds in 1917, so that's a pretty cool connection. Okay. Some rain this afternoon. Raining some this evening. Had Joe Yan, some kind of last name. Y-A-N U-C-E-K? Don't know. We could figure it out later. And John Lloyd. Oh my gosh, these names. Okay, Janosek, you think it says that too? There was a man named Wes Sedlicek. So that kind of like, I'm not sure what nationality that last name comes from, but I bet it's the same. There was probably a concentration of, I can't remember exactly what, someone had said it was a name in, I don't think it was Sweden, but it was something like that. Blaylock. And John Blaylock over to do some digging under the cabin. Ooh, digging under the cabin. I wonder why. I found the diary on eBay, and I don't know because I don't know who the family members are, but the diaries were for sale. So maybe throughout this process we'll find them and give them back to them. But I don't know. If I was a family member, I'd be happier that it was purchased by someone than thrown away, because a lot of this stuff gets tossed, which is sad. Okay, so I wonder why they're digging under the cabin. And someone had said it looks like 2 entries in one day. Oh, maybe because he's talking about the afternoon and then, oh no, this evening. I don't know why someone said that. Maybe because it looks like it was written over, but it's from the page after. Oops. All right. Tuesday, April 27th, 1943. Had a heavy rain last night. I mowed the lawn. The diary is a physical diary, but I took pictures to help make it big enough for you guys to see. This is the diary, and as you can see, it's very tiny, so it'd be really difficult to hold it up and read it together and type, so this is kind of like the setup I figured out for now, and it's working for now. There are definitely some things I can make better, but I just have pictures. Okay, I mowed the lawn this evening, the first time this spring. Nice. That's good news. Just a couple of weeks ago, he was saying that the grass... Oh, no, that's okay. Don't feel bad for questions. I'm happy to answer them. Sorry if I came off defensive. Sometimes people like to be trolls in the comments. Okay, clear today. I worked at laying a pipe in the ground this evening. So he's still working on those drainage pipes. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, 1943. Rained hard this forenoon. We've learned the word forenoon. And thank you, everyone who's liking and sending stuff. Thank you so much. It's hard for me to keep track of everything, but I'm loving this. My grandma was a teenager not far from Cedar Rapids in 1943. Now that's cool. He uses I when he has done things he's proud of. That's a great observation. And sweet, in a way. So, rained hard, and then when he's doing something he's not proud of, he probably uses we. Rained hard this forenoon with water running I don't know what that says. All over. Yeah. I went to Cedar Rapids this afternoon. Home at 6:30. So he is at work all day, then comes home and works on the cabin. I don't know if he's working at this time. He does, or he did work for the railroad. He's 61 at the time of the diary. So I don't know if he's still doing the same job. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like he would mention going to work, but maybe not. Maybe work was so every day for him that he didn't even mention it. And it was more about what he was doing at home that was more important. And then he has the discipline to write. Yeah, I'm working on that. After reading the diary from 1917, which is what I do on my page. Sorry I repeat myself a lot, but people are kind of in and out, so I try to give everyone the clear picture. The clear picture. I was just reading the word clear. That's why I said that. What was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, I've been trying to be better about writing. So I actually am keeping a small diary, a line a day. Oops, there goes my mouse. I've been keeping a small diary, and I've been trying to keep up with it, and I've been pretty good about it. I feel like before I never kept up with a journal, but that was because I had full pages to fill, and it's called the 5-year diary, and it has like a little section for each day, and then the second year you go through and you fill it up again, and then you're able to read last year's entry, so it's pretty cool. And it's way less pressure because it's a smaller piece. Where am I doing this through? I don't know what you mean. I live in Massachusetts. And this is, or maybe like my setup, it's my iPad and it's my computer. And this is, we're reading a diary from 1943 and trying to figure out who the person is and like what his story is. Oh, my mouse got really messed up. It fell and it was all, okay. The first time this spring, I got all messed up when I dropped my mouse. Okay, mostly clear today and cool. I worked at laying some pipe this evening. I'm still working on laying the pipes. The ground is too wet for garden work. The journal entry is a picture that I took of the actual journal. This is the journal. And I took the pictures and put them up on my iPad. 6:30 p.m. Did he say p.m.? Thank you. He did. So I just took pictures so I could show them bigger. And then I put all of our transcriptions, everything that we type out together, I put it on our little website, which is on my TikTok page. There's a link tree and you can click on it and see. And then I'm also going to start making some videos to kind of recap what we found too, because I think a lot of people like to see it and then recaps on TikTok. So my YouTube page, my plan is to make like longer form videos on there. So if you're interested in this stuff, definitely go follow me there. Because first of all, if we lose TikTok, that's where I'm going. And second of all, I'm able to make more like detailed content on there. On TikTok, it has to be like quick. So we lose a lot of detail, but. All right, so Saturday, May 1st, 1943. Tried looking who up. Hold on. I don't know who you guys are talking about. Maybe I can help. Oh, there's this young woman that I watched before and she bought antique stuff and brings them back. I don't know off the top of my head. There's a few people that do it. There's someone who I follow and I think she's mostly on Instagram. Oh, wait, I know who you're talking about, I think. Was she English? She had a British accent. And she talks about her grandmother's like lipstick formula. It might be her, but I forget her name too. Ugh. I don't know. But she's really cool. You don't think so? There's a few people who do it, so she's cool too. Okay, sorry, I'll keep writing. I'm just doing a lot of talking. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. Good. So Saturday, May 1st, clear and milder today. I worked until 9:30 tonight. Fixing, firing. What does that say? I don't know. Fishing? No, not fishing. Pipes. Oh, maybe it's like, it's not finishing. Fixing pipes. Fixing pipe. Facing pipe. I don't know. Fixing pipe. We'll go with fixing. Fixing pipe to the cabin. That makes sense. Sometimes you just have to read the rest of the sentence. Edna went to see Rapids this evening. So he must be talking about his wife, Edna. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Wanted to make sure my phone wasn't dying. Okay. So I think, yeah, he's talking about his wife, Edna, because usually when he's talking about the daughter, Edna, he writes DTR before. And that's another example. Last time we were reading this last week, we didn't know who DTR Edna was. Like, we didn't know what that meant. Now we know that he has a daughter, Edna, and a wife, Edna. So Sunday, May 2nd. Clear and mild today. I put in a full day working at fixing, it looks like it says ditches. Oh, filling ditches. He's filling ditches. Lloyd looks like Lloyd's come out this evening, but his son's name is Lloyd. So wouldn't it be like Lloyd came out this evening? I don't know. I don't understand why he would say Lloyd's. Or maybe it's like Lloyd has come out this evening. I don't know. All right, Lloyd's coming. You think it's I don't know. Lloyd with an E. Yeah, but his name is not spelled with an E. We know that Lloyd is his son, and it's spelled L-O-Y-D. Maybe his family. Yeah, maybe Lloyd's family. Yeah, like, yeah. That's what, or Lloyd's, yeah, maybe it's Lloyd's coming out this evening. Sure. Miss Kruger, again, I don't even know if I'm spelling, maybe he messed up his son's name. Maybe, I mean, it could be anything, really. We've seen Miss Kruger a lot, and I don't know if I'm spelling it the right way. It's really hard to decipher, but we need to figure out who Miss Kruger is. Because she's there a lot, you know? Miss Kruger's here. Miss Kruger was here. Okay. Just gonna keep going. Clear and mild. Today. We're deciphering a diary from 1943. Okay, he was called again, which might be work-related again. So it was called at 5 a.m. today to go to Walford. Walford number 170, maybe. Had a Walford 170 had a, I don't know what that says, deer bow out? What does that mean though? Or is it box? Is it deer box a thing? And with trains, because this would have to do with trains. A drawbar. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like it could have to do with trains. Railroad research needed. Yes, we need a railroad expert. Okay, so I see deer box out too, but I don't think that's anything. Okay, it's talking about gas next. Okay, so we'll keep going. I'm going to keep drawbar because I feel like that sounds like something that would have to do with the railroad. And the tank car leaked all the gas out. Oh. Okay, and then he's like, planted some potatoes this evening. He's copying his son Lloyd, who just planted some potatoes too. So definitely, you know, we weren't sure if he was still working at this point because he's 61. He definitely is, because he's been called twice out now to different railroad mishaps. So the first one, he went out to a train wreck. This one, he's going out to, I guess, another train wreck or another, like, accident. Yeah, but no biggie. I planted some potatoes. Yeah. The gas leaked everywhere, but just another day. Okay. Clear and mild again. Today. Worked in the garden this evening. planting some potatoes. Okay, so he's planting more potatoes. Planted an elm tree tonight. Aww, west of Edna's cabin. That's so sweet. It's a dancer bar, but a Gandhi dancer is a railway worker position. Oh, okay. A dancer bar. We'll have to look up what that is, because I don't know, but that's cool. Thank you. I know, we need to find the elm tree. I agree. That is so sweet. He's building a cabin for his daughter. Drawbar. Oh, someone says drawbar. It's also called a tongue. Okay, so I'm going to put dancer bar / drawbar, and we will figure it out. Whose diary? It's a man named Todd Delaney. We didn't know when we first started reading it who he was, but we've kind of put together the pieces as we've been reading along, and we read together on live, so it's been really cool. We started in January, like only a couple of weeks ago. We've been doing this once a week, and we've been blowing through these. This is fun. The elm tree would be massive by now. I know. I hope it's still there. Maybe I can reach out to some kind of historical society or something over there. I mean, it'd be a shot in the dark, but maybe they know something. Maybe it's a smaller town and they would know about the family name or something. Clear and mild today. Had a car. Oh my gosh, all of a sudden, all these car derailments? All these train derailments? As someone who can't read cursive, I love this. Thank you. It takes practice. This is like not easy to read sometimes. That's why you guys are all here helping me. And it is beautiful. It's just a lot of work. So a car derailed east of Amana. I remembered. I was trying to remember how to pronounce it because someone told me. Aurora? I think someone had found that Amana is a town near Fairfax. So I'm going to go with that. On 170, I think 170 might be a rail line, yeah. On May 3rd, I wrote clear and mild, but it was clear and peaceful. Okay, I'll go back. May 3rd. I probably did, because I feel like a lot of times it's just, wait, May 3rd, clear, and you think that says peaceful? Yeah, it might. I think, I'll put both. I don't think it says peaceful, but it would be nice. That sounds like a beautiful day. Okay, let me see. Where did we go? Where did we leave off? So someone had found that Amana is a town nearby, and I think that 170 probably is a railroad or a rail line. Todd lived in Fairfax, Iowa, which is near Cedar Rapids. Okay, this morning. Delayed 4 trains till about noon. Now, I wonder something. Were the trains not running because the weather was so bad? And maybe that's why he hasn't been talking about work at all? Maybe the trains just couldn't run. Amana and South Amana are both stopped on the line. That's awesome. Okay, so we know 170 is a train line and Amana is a stop. And South Amana, which he talked about before, are stops along that line. So we'll have to put in a map of that. Okay, now someone was out and I took him out to, okay, hold on. Question mark, CWW, I don't know. Our rink was out and I took him out to, I don't know what that, if it's WCAI rink, maybe. Al, maybe it's Al. And I took, oh, MacArthur's, thank you. Yep, that's one word. And to, I think that's Amana again. Amana. Planted potatoes this evening. Rich. Maybe it's W Rich or Al Rich. Okay. The last name is Delaney, and his actual name is Thomas Delaney, but he goes by Todd, and he always did, I guess. But if you go to my TikTok page, I have a website where I'm keeping everything we found, and his name is like typed out there. You can see the spelling, and you can see his birth dates and everything. If you need to, birth and death dates, I mean, if you want to research it with us, you can use any information from there. Someone's laughing about something. I hope it's not at me. Okay, clear and mild today. Planted potatoes. Again tonight. Edna mowed the lawn with the power mower. Go Edna. Someone said the same thing. Emily, we said the same thing at the same time. That is funny. You go, girl. May 7th. Oh, Friday. The amount and correcting yourself. Yeah. I'm really trying over here. Okay. Clear and mild today. I finished planting potatoes. I wonder how many potatoes he planted, because he's been working on this for a long time, for a few days now. Finished planting potatoes this evening. The weather has been cold, has been so cold that hardly anything is growing. That's really sad. So anyone a gardener here? Do you know, like, can you plant potatoes before it's fully spring yet? Maybe potatoes can survive through cold. They must be able to. This guy knows what he's doing, I think. Okay, temperature, or temp was 30. Thank you, Anne. This morning. I want to know more about potatoes. This is the kind of rabbit hole that you go down. Their famine. I thought that they didn't have any potatoes, and that's why they had a famine. Maybe I'm just really ignorant. It would depend on the region. Potatoes can survive late frost. Okay, yeah, so maybe they're like the first things that they planted. I was wrong about the potatoes. Oh, I am right about the potatoes. This is so cool. The diary owner, or the diary writer, is not related to me. I bought the diary on eBay, and we've just together started to transcribe it and figure out who the person was. So it's like a big mystery that we've been solving together. And I was saying before, maybe after all this, maybe we will find living relatives and we can get it back to them. I don't know how they ended up on eBay, but a lot of times it's not on purpose. They had a strain die out, but the famine was caused by the British exporting all their food. Yeah. Yay! If you're new, I have like a whole website dedicated to this where I'm putting all of our work that we've done, and I do like little videos about it and stuff, and I'm hoping I can do more longer videos on YouTube. So you should follow the TikTok, and you should follow the YouTube, and check on the blog every now and then to like what he does for a living. Clear and mild today. Temp was down around 30 again this morning, which he says it's like down around 30, but that's actually a huge improvement from the beginning of the year. It was negative every day. Worked around the cabin tonight. The cabin he's building for his daughter, Edna. Edna and daughter Edna. And thank you. I'm happy you're a part of this too. You should share it so we can get a bigger community. Edna and daughter Edna, that's what he means by DTR, that DTR Edna went to a show? What do you think? Edna and daughter Edna went to a shower over... He must work every day because he always plants and works. You're right. Yeah, he always works and plants in the evening. So maybe he's working all day. So is Edna his wife and his daughter named Edna? Yes. Don't worry if you're new, like, we just figured this out. So, we had been seeing the name Edna for a while, so I knew that he was somehow related to an Edna, but we found out we like found him and we found his daughter and his wife. So when he writes DTR Edna, he's talking about his daughter, who I have a picture of in one of my recent videos. I put a picture of her in there that someone sent me, which was awesome. And then Duke sent me that. Thank you. I just want to keep saying your name because it's like so happy. But what was I saying? We found out Edna is his wife and his daughter. There's 2 different Ednas. And then some people are telling me over to Ben Holtz, which I see that now. This afternoon. Something was worried recently. You feel like if he wrote shower, it would be longer. I see SHO. I don't know. Shows, went to a show. It could be show, but then I see something after the W. Maxine. Oh, yeah, okay. At Ben Holtz this afternoon, Maxine was married recently. And that's why she's having a shower. Perfect. All right, it is 8:45 where I am, so I'm going to do, I don't know, it's so hard to stop. We'll go to May 11th, because that's a shorter one. It's so hard to stop this when you guys are all, like, helping me out a lot. So, Sunday. Your dad can read this perfectly? That's cool. I've gotten better over time. I definitely, like, it takes time. It's mostly patterns after a while. Like, we know that he starts off talking about the weather usually, so I know that he's saying cloudy. I don't have to look through each letter to figure it out. I just kind of know. Cloudy, and the next word is probably unsettled because he's used that word before, but maybe if anyone has any other opinions. So, cloudy, unsettled today. Worked some around the cabin this forenoon, and we went up to Lloyd's for dinner. Yeah, this one I'm reading pretty quickly. Stayed until 8 something. I think he changed that time. I mean, it doesn't really matter exactly what time it says, but I'm going to write 8:15 p.m. Maybe it's 8:45. Oh, 8:45. It's 8:45 now. That's funny. That's actually really funny. Okay, 8:45 p.m. and called at Murray's. Called usually means like stopped by, or maybe he called on the phone. But I know in the 1917 diary that I read, called usually means like someone stopped by. Monday, May 10th, 1943. Drizzling. Again all day. So much rain, but better than snow. Rather cool. Still drizzling tonight. Have been working about... Oh, okay, this is actually... Someone asked me if he mentions World War II. And this is the entry that I saw when I was taking the pictures. Have been reading about the Allied... He said went up to Lloyd's. Cedar Rapids is north of Fairfax. Cedar Rapids is where Lloyd and the boys live. Yeah, he probably did say up. Oh, yeah, I wrote that. Okay, you were just saying, yeah, that makes sense. He probably lives in Cedar Rapids. So I've been reading about the Allied victory in, what does that say? A place and something in Africa, in blank and Tunis and Algeria. You think it's, I don't know if it's Algeria. No. Bizerte. Africa, maybe? Tunis was captured by the British First Army. Okay. Tunisia. Did he write the whole Tunisia? I don't know. But that's something we can definitely, that will be, you know, in a historical, someone said it says drizzling rain at the beginning and not again. I think it does. Drizzling rain all day today, rather cold, still drizzling tonight. That's my birthday. What a coincidence. Oh, nice. Okay, so that is a city in Tunisia. All right. So we'll go with that, and then I'm sure we can find, I typed again, where? Drizzling, oh, okay. Rain, yeah, sorry. Drizzling rain all day today. It can be hard when I'm thinking of 5 things at once. Okay, Tunisia is a city in Tunisia. Perfect. That would be cool to read some old newspaper articles about that for sure. Okay. I said May 11th was going to be the last one. This is so fun. I look forward to this. Clear and mild today. Worked in the garden tonight. Okay, that one was way too short. Let's do another one. Oh God, another short one. It should say allies, not allies. Okay. Cloudy and cool all day. I worked in the garden this evening. Let's see how many I have left. All right, how about this? I accidentally started taking sideways pictures like a little bit later on, so we'll just go through until the sideways pictures hit, and that's when we'll stop. But no, this isn't a job. This is just a hobby. It would be cool if this could be my job. I'm sure it's someone's job. Thursday, May 13th, 1943. Clear and cool today. Had a fine... this journal is from eBay. I bought it on eBay, but it's from Fairfax, Iowa, which is near Cedar Rapids. You used to do this type of work when you worked in museum collections. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, inspection. I wish I knew what museum archivists actually did when I was kind of choosing what to do for a job, because I think that would be something I would really enjoy. It would, because I enjoyed this, but Allied Victory. I think it's Allied Victory, but we'll go back. Okay. Had a fine inspection on the I don't know. Something railroad. Oh, railroad. That's where he works. Can't type all of a sudden. Railroad today. Worked in the garden tonight. Okay. Some people love those commas, so. Friday, May 14th, 1943. Oh, he has an exclamation point? I didn't even really notice. Oh. That's good. Okay. Sounds like he really likes his job. Oh, a final inspection? Maybe. It could be. You don't think it says railroad? I think it does, because he works for the railroad and we know that. And it's hard because sometimes the letters overlap, but that does look like R-A-I-L-L here, because this belongs to the P up here. And then R-O-A-D. I know it looks like it's just O-O, but I think it says railroad. A fire inspection? Oh, yeah, maybe. We'll add a third option. I think it might be a fire inspection, yeah. Well, that would make sense since there's been so many accidents happening lately. Okay, Friday, May 14th. Partly cloudy today. And cool. Worked in the garden this evening. Plowed the potato ground. I don't know. What do you think? Whoa. We're reading a diary from 1943. I saw, thank you. I saw that someone just sent me a DM on Instagram with more info. Oh, I feel like I can't read all of a sudden. Okay, potato garden. I don't know. It looks like it's ends with a D, because he makes those funny D's. I'm gonna put ground. Plowed the potato ground to break up the crust. Am I getting this right? To break up the crust to allow the plants to come out of the ground if they even get that far along. Oh, that is so sad. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too. That sounds so hopeless. If they even get that far along. Oh, churned, yeah, maybe. We're gonna have a party once the potatoes sprout, yeah. This was a day of rain. Rained all day. And is still raining tonight. Oh, he sounds so sad. Oops. Has been cold all day. Some hail fell tonight. Oh, we have a lot of people watching all of a sudden. I can't leave now. We've been doing this for like 2 hours though, so we might have to leave soon. Oh, this is from before. I had taken this extra picture because one of them was like blurry, but now I want to keep going. But I took all these sideways ones accidentally. So I'm gonna have to do this every time. But do you want to keep going, or are you guys tired? I'm kind of getting tired. Well, so someone said this is a fun and unique stream. We're doing this every week. Maybe I'll do like an extra one this week because I'm having so much fun with you guys. Maybe I'll do one on like Thursday or something. You're in, but take care of yourself. Okay. I'll do a few more. Because all of a sudden it jumped up and there's like a lot of people on. So if you enjoyed this and you came in too late today, follow me, and I'm doing this like at least once a week, and we've been reading together and we've been figuring out who the diary writer is. It's been really cool. Let me just check on my... Okay, so Sunday, May 16th, 1943. Cleared up today. Ground very wet. We stayed home all day. All right. That was an easy one. Oh, this is going to be painful. I didn't realize my phone was like rotated when I took these. Is there a way to mass rotate them? Like select all of them and rotate them? I just found this. If we find anything through research, how can we get to you? You can message me on Instagram. That's linked in my bio. I think you can message me on TikTok now, but I'm not sure. how that works or if I'll see it, because it's kind of weird, the DMs on TikTok. You can also email me, which I think is in my TikTok bio too. There's like a link tree there, and there's actually in the link tree, there's a website that I've been keeping that has all of the information we found. So everything that we've typed out and all the information we found about him, it's on that website. Okay, cleared. I'm on the wrong day. Okay. Monday. Wait, what? We're already in May? Wow. I've been typing this whole time and like didn't even realize. What happened to Edna? I don't know yet. We made so much progress today. We started on March 16th today. Someone is going to need... Oh, hi, Brandon. My cousin. I will text you. That's funny. Now I'm all embarrassed. Okay, quite a lot of rain today. Edna had... you guys should go check out my cousin Brandon's page. He's a great musician. Brandon Katerina. Edna had an something foot today. Infected. Oh no. And I took her to the doctor in Sea Rapids. He pronounced it broken. Oh, he pronounced it a broken blood vessel. Injured. Does that say injured? Yeah. Oh no, she broke her blood vessel. Okay, a few more. And then we'll pick up where we left off next time. I don't read any of these on my own. I read them with you all. So, but it's a pain in the butt to have to rotate them. Lock your iPad screen and turn the whole iPad. Yeah, I could do that, but it's on like it has a stand that is holding it up. So that would be more work than is worth it. I'll just make sure the next pictures that I take, I don't rotate my phone. All right, we'll do this one and one more because I have no control. Cloudy and mild today. Worked about the place tonight. Ground very wet yet. I can't resist. Oh, I resist because of you guys. I resist reading on my own because I know you guys don't want me to go ahead and we want to do this together. But it's hard to resist right now because you're all commenting and it's hard to stop. Okay, ground very wet yet, I think it says. All right, one more. Last one. Oh, it's a long one, so good. Watch, it'll be something good. Something juicy. Okay, quite a lot. Wait, we've got Wednesday. I like it when it's darker. Someone said, do you have a diary? I've been keeping a diary. I'm trying to be better about it, just inspired by all the other diaries that I read, but it's not as interesting. Quite a lot of rain today. I did not do any work tonight. Lloyd, who is his son, Frances, who is his daughter-in-law, Lloyd's wife, and Norman, who is his grandson. Someone's asking me to go to May 20th. Go back and correct it from the to this. Which one? Does it matter that much? Which one? I don't even know. This place? I think it's the. T-H-E. I think it's the. I won't get every single word right. I'm typing while I'm trying to read. Walked about the place. Okay. Well, we'll go back to that. We won't. Lloyd, Francis, and Norman came out this afternoon. Yes, I've learned a lot about the family relationships. Definitely. You guys have helped me. First we found Edna, and then we found everybody else. I will go to May 20th just for you. Okay? Norman came out this afternoon. So much rain in the... So much rain, the ground is completely soaked. Or the garden. I think it's ground. I went down to... I don't know what that says. You guys can help me with that. It's definitely a word. It's definitely a word, yeah. It's definitely a name. Someone's house. Kinchels? Sure. Hi, we are reading a diary from 1943 together and figuring out who wrote the diary and kind of like what his story is. Kitchens? I don't know. Tonight, to Frank. Oh, maybe this is a town. Grank. Frank something. Oh, someone's wake. Okay, so we haven't had a wake or a funeral in a long time, but in the beginning of the diary, there were lots of them. So Frank Kirchhoff, maybe. We can figure that out now. Because if we know this is around the death date of this person, someone will find him. Kirchhoff, Iowa, probably, if that's a town. I don't know Iowa very well, so I don't know if that's a town, but if it is, then that's definitely it. And then, so what I'll do is I'll highlight this. I will, on my website that I'm keeping all of this on, I will put this entry, and you guys can take a closer look, and maybe someone will find him. So much rain, the ground is completely soaked. Thanks. I got the diary on eBay. Okay, I told someone I would read the 20th, and then I really have to stop, because even my voice is, like, going away now. But I think I might do another live this week, because this is fun. I do have one already scheduled for next Tuesday at the same time. But would you guys be able to come on Thursday if I do, like, a bonus one this Thursday? I definitely can do that. So you can register for the one on Tuesday, but I'll add one for Thursday if you guys want to. I don't know, is this like too much? But yes, okay. If some of you will definitely be here, I'll do it. But I don't want to do it and then have people not show up and then miss it, because we do a lot of work. All right, some missed today. That is an interesting thing going on there. Okay. You know what really helps is when I schedule the live and I put it on my page, it helps to see people registering because it makes me know that you guys are going to come. This is fun. We have the most people. I feel like it was hovering for a while and now it's up really high and I'm sad that I have to go now. But okay, so some missed today. The sun broke through about 4:30 and shined clear until sunset. The first sun to shine. Oh, the first sun to shine for over a week. So happy birthday to, I forget your whole name, but it was something Minecrafter. I love Minecraft, by the way. So happy birthday to, I forget your whole name, but it was something Minecrafter. I love Minecraft, by the way. So happy birthday. The sun is shining just for you. Oh, I'm frozen. Well, perfect timing to be frozen. Am I frozen still? Okay. Well, that might be the gods. I'm back. Okay, I was going to say perfect timing. At least it happened then, but